on Good Morning Texas, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, cute crafts with a spooky twist, and a delicious strawberry cheesecake. All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas. Good Morning Texas for Wednesday, October 9th. I'm Daniela Villegas.
And I'm Hannah Sauer. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's time to start your day the Longhorn way. So, Danny, how's your weekend been?
I'm doing good. The weekend was good, and I'm doing good too right now. It was nice coming to school in a blazer because I wasn't sweating, and I felt that breeze coming to me. But along the way, I also ran into some crickets. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I've heard about that. Apparently, it's crazy in San Antonio. It's like the plagues over there. They're on the walls. They're in the parking lots.
No.
I've seen videos, and it's the worst. I hate bugs, and I can't do it.
No, if I can't do cockroaches, I cannot do crickets either.
Agreed. It's just horrible.
Talking about crickets, let's jump into the trending topics of today. So we know that ACL, we're in the middle of ACL, and ACL weekend one just happened. But this is something all college students want to go to, but unfortunately, sometimes we can't afford it, or we don't get tickets because they sell out really quick.
Everybody goes to that.
But we're so desperate to get a ticket that we'll look for a way to get one no matter
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
I agree.
But it turned out that this past weekend, 3 men were arrested for reusing wristbands and reselling them to people. Can you believe that?
Wow, they found a way.
They found a way, and it's crazy because they were escorting them to the festival, made sure they got in, and then they got the wristband back by using a straw. I don't know
to
how.
Get it off?
To get it off, to unloose the thing that makes it really tight on you. And it's crazy because according to the affidavit, the total number of money that they got was over $10,000.
Oh my God.
That's crazy, right?
I wonder how much they were charging per wristband.
I feel like the prices were varying. They were taking advantage of people, definitely.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Well, in other news, talking about big events that just happened, I know Justin and Hailey Bieber just had their second ceremony for their wedding. They've been married officially a whole year now, and she just released her pictures of her dress, and she was wearing this really long, beautiful white gown. It was covered in lace. She had like these 3/4 long sleeves and had a low back. She looked breathtaking. But the most important thing about her dress was her veil. It was super long, dragging across the floor, and way at the bottom it read, "Till death do us part."
Oh, that's a sign. That's a sign for people to stay away from Justin Bieber.
Yes, definitely. I also just think it shows like how much confidence she has in their marriage because, I mean, to be honest, at first I was a little skeptical because it's Justin Bieber. You know, you don't think about him like settling down and getting married. I still think about him as that 16-year-old who sang that baby song. So yeah, it's cute to see how like in love they are and how they've already lasted a whole year.
And that's great.
Kudos to them.
Kudos to them, and I hope they have a long-lasting marriage.
Yes, I hope till death do them part. Yeah.
So talking about celebrities, we all know that Jimmy Fallon is coming to UT, right? And GMTX is like working on a campaign to get him here. But we just recently found out he's invited a really famous professor to come. Do you have any idea who it could be?
Well, I know who our most famous professor is, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be all right with coming on Jimmy's show.
Yeah, and you're correct. It's Matthew McConaughey, and we want to get them to come to our show, so help us by using the hashtag Jimmy on GMTX. It would be great to wake up with these two amazing people. Wouldn't it, Hannah?
It would be so great to have them both on the show. They're both such big personalities, and it would really just be awesome to meet them.
It would be great.
So help them come to our show.
Yes, use the hashtag. And Matthew McConaughey is already enough sunshine on us. Let's see how the weather is, and let's check in with Lizzie.
Thanks, Danny. Well, Longhorns, it's time to break out your sweaters because this week is going to see not one, but 2 cold fronts. Today we'll see sunny skies with a high near 92, but that temp is going to drop down to about 75 as we move into the evening. Thursday looks the same with partly sunny skies and a high around 96 during the day, but we may see wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour as a big cold front pushes our way. That front's going to move in around Thursday night, Friday morning, so you will see temps drop a lot over that time period. Now, Friday is going to feel a lot different, y'all. We're expecting a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, mostly after 8 a.m., with some wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. So the high for Friday is going to be 74, but the low is going to be 52. 52, y'all. Keep in mind, we typically don't see those temperatures until early December, so bundle up and grab your umbrellas as you head to class ACL, or up to Dallas for the Red River Showdown. Now, as we move into the weekend, we will see highs near 70 and lows in the mid-50s, and on Sunday, we should see the same. That's it from me. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Lizzie Smith.
Thank you, Lizzie. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more in Good Morning Texas when we get back. Season for Halloween house and pumpkins, and what better way to spook it up than with a creepy craft? Abigail Redondo shows you how to decorate your spooky season on a budget in our segment, The Crafting Corner.
Hey y'all, I'm Abigail Redondo, and I'm going to be showing you how you can decorate Halloween decorations at dollar store prices.
Start out by visiting a dollar store where they offer spooktacular craft cutouts for your choosing. And find a wide selection of inexpensive paint at your local Walmart. Now that you have your supplies, start by adding paint to your palette. Just be sure to place it on a sheet to prevent any kind of mess from happening. Start by painting your ghost and use different sized brushes to get around the small areas. Add some black to the face and base to give it a spooky vibe. Make it a ghoul time and move on to painting your pumpkin. Again, be sure to get all the edges by painting in the features. You can make the handle of the pumpkin a more realistic color by mixing green and brown. If you want to get more creative, add rib marks to the pumpkin. And there you have it. Hope you have a skeleton of fun decorating your Halloween crafts. Abigail Redondo, Good Morning Texas.
Abigail brought the crafts in for us to show. Look how cute these are. If I would have done this, Hannah, I think my fingerprints with like eating Cheetos or something would have been all over it.
No, I agree. I'm not good at like painting in the lines.
She has a lot of patience to do that.
Yeah,
it's
all the
cute.
detail. It is so cute.
It's super cute because like I have friends that decorate their apartments, and I don't have that energy to do so. But I'm
Maybe
gonna
you
get
can
Abby.
Abigail.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Abby to help me out.
Well, you know, it is spooky season, but it's also sweater weather. And nothing goes better with sweater weather than a sweet treat. And since it's finally cooling down, I decided to turn up the heat in my kitchen and make a strawberry cheesecake. Let's check it out.
Howdy, and welcome to another episode of Cook 'em Horns. I am Hannah, your host for this week's episode. You know, fall is upon us, and I find myself craving sweets most during this season. So today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious strawberry cheesecake.
For this recipe, you will be needing graham crackers, butter, sugar, eggs, sour cream, vanilla extract, salt, strawberries, strawberry topping, and a whole lot of cream cheese. First, I'm going to preheat the oven to 325 degrees. And while that's getting nice and hot, I will prepare the graham cracker crust. Crush the graham crackers and mix them in a bowl with sugar and butter. Press the mixture firmly into the cake pan. Now we will get into the making of the actual cheesecake. Stir the cream cheese until it has a smooth and creamy texture. Then, stir in the sugar, sour cream, vanilla extract, and salt. Add in the eggs one at a time and stir. Pour the cake mixture on top of the crust and bake for 75 minutes. Once it is done baking, it should be a nice golden brown. Let it stand for about 10 minutes to cool down. Now, to truly make it a strawberry cheesecake, we're going to have to add some strawberry toppings. Wash fresh strawberries and cut them into fourths. Then, take your strawberry topping and spread it evenly over the top of the cake. Add the cut strawberries and voila, you're done.
This is only my second time ever making a cheesecake, but I think it turned out pretty good. Now it's your turn to try, and I know you'll have a cake-alicious time. Huh? Too cheesy? Alright, well, I'll work on that. Till next time, I'm Hannah Sauer, and this is Cook 'em Horns.
Hannah, I did not know cheesecake had sour cream in it.
Oh, yes, I didn't either. When I was looking at the ingredients, I was like, sour cream, okay, but it turned out pretty good.
You know, I would say it looks delicious, but I'm not a fan of cheesecake. I don't like the texture.
Okay, I
it's
can
something.
respect
It's
that.
like
I can respect
I can't
that.
do it. No. But talking about spooky season, it is also Hispanic Heritage Month here in the United States. It's celebrated from September 15 to October 15 to honor the history, culture, and the contribution of Hispanic and Latinx Americans in the country. To celebrate, I created a video that gives you guys a glimpse at my mother's role in my Hispanic upbringing and how she shaped my journey as a first-generation college student. Take a look.
Hola, mi nombre es Daniela Villegas. As a Hispanic, I am proud of the hardworking mother I am blessed to have. I would not be at UT without her support and love. Going home for a weekend is a magical trip that does not compare to any other trip. I can feel my stress melting away as the miles to home decrease. I always come home to the smell of my mom's delicious food. One of my favorite dishes, her pozole, a traditional Mexican soup made with a spicy salsa, hominy, and meat. You have to keep a Mexican dad happy. To finish off the dish, you add onion, cilantro, avocado, and of course, the limoncito. Delicious, right? Being the first in my family to attend college hasn't been easy, but whenever I get a taste of my mom's food, it reminds me of where I come from and keeps me going.
That was so sweet, Danny, how you honored your mother in that. I love that.
I felt like watching it, it's like, oh, giving me like the emotion, but it was so cute recording my parents. It's the first time that they see me like using the camera, doing that, and it's
Oh,
really
that's
cute
so
to honor my mom,
sweet.
yes.
Oh, well, I feel like I have to do a video about my mother now. Well, stick around. After the break, our friend Kevin Robbins joined us to talk about his new book, The Last Stand of Payne Stewart. You won't want to miss this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Joining us is author and UT journalism professor Kevin Robbins, here to talk about his new book, The Last Stand of Payne Stewart. Welcome.
Thanks, Hannah. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. And you?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
So tell us a little bit about your new book.
So this is a bit of a character study of a golfer named Payne Stewart who died in 1999 in a terrible plane crash. It was what they call a ghost flight. And he was in a business jet that lost pressure as it was rising after takeoff, and it flew for 4 hours by itself. Everybody on board was dead. That's why a lot of people remember Payne Stewart, but I wanted to tell, especially people of a younger generation, more about his life and career before his death.
Wow, that's such a tragic story.
Yeah, it
But
really
I'm glad
is.
You're telling it.
And it's something that people who lived through 1999 and were paying attention remember. People who don't even know much about golf or care much about golf remember the day he died.
Wow, so it's good that you're now telling all the younger viewers.
I hope so.
So how do you think Stewart's life relates to readers who may not know that much about golf?
Yeah, that's part of why I wrote the book, Hannah. He was a bit of a knucklehead, Payne Stewart was. Not a very serious guy as a young man on tour. And he lived life to the fullest. He liked to make sure that everybody around him was having a good time. He liked to have a good time. And that makes him relatable to me. I was a sports writer for a long time before I came here to UT. And I like to see athletes as more than one-dimensional, like heroes or robots or mythological figures. Mm-hmm. And Payne was a complicated guy. He had his faults, he had his flaws, just like all of us. And in 1999, he was getting better as a person and having this amazing comeback season on the golf course.
Oh wow, so you're telling like his sports story as well as like his come up through life as an individual.
That's what I tried to do.
Oh, that's really nice. So can you tell me a little bit more about the writing process? Like where did you go to report the book?
I used a lot of newspaper, magazine, television accounts, interview transcripts. So really the most important thing, and this isn't all that interesting, but the most important thing to have for this reporting was a subscription to newspapers.com. But I did go places. I went to Orlando twice. That was where he was from, and that's where he's buried, and that's where many of his best good friends from his life live still. Went to Boston to a place called the Country Club, which is hallowed ground in golf. It's one of the founding golf clubs of the United States Golf Association, and it's where the '99 Ryder Cup took place, and Payne Stewart was on that team. Went to Pinehurst, North Carolina, where he won the 1999 U.S. Open at Pinehurst number 2, and I went to Springfield, Missouri, where he was from and born.
You definitely traveled around a lot.
It was fun. I
Yeah.
prefer to do that. If I'm gonna write about something, I think I should see it and feel it and try to walk on that ground.
What would you say was your favorite part of the reporting process?
Well, because he died the way he did, I think about that question a lot, and it seems almost a little tone deaf to say that something was fun or my favorite part. Because I'm writing about someone who died at a young age, 42 years old. He had 2 young children and a wife and lots of friends, and it's a sad story. But going to Pinehurst, North Carolina, to the Pinehurst Resort, which is a very famous and celebrated place in golf, and I love golf and have for a long time. That was very special, and yeah, it was fun.
Okay. So there is kind of a favorite part, even though you don't like to.
Well, sure. I just have to be aware that I'm writing about someone who died in a very tragic way.
Yeah, that's true. It is a very sad story. So you wrote this kind of as an in-the-moment story. Could you tell me more about that? What does that mean?
Well, so writing a story contemporaneously or in the moment means that when you're reading an account of something that happened, it feels like it's happening right then and there. So I don't really have anybody in this book looking back 20 years later at this season and reflecting on what that season meant, or there's no nostalgia in the book. I'm writing it as if it happened in 1999 and you are in a chair watching this take place. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it does. That's really interesting that you're writing it from that point of view, so you're like more immersed in the story. You can like, see it happening in a way.
Yeah, my hope was that you felt like it was happening before your eyes and you were seeing and hearing and feeling things for the first time.
Yes. So where can we get your book?
Oh gosh, you can get it at Amazon. You can get it at BarnesandNoble.com. It went on sale yesterday. Yesterday was Pub Day, so it's at Book People and any brick and mortar bookstore. It's available now.
Well, you must be really proud and must be relieved that it's over.
Absolutely.
All right, Kevin. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Hannah.
And after the break, it's time to wake up and make up. Makeup artist Parker Penton shows you how to do a makeup look perfect for ACL. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. The final weekend of ACL is coming up, so here to show us a festival-ready makeup look is makeup artist Parker Fenton. Welcome, Parker. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Okay, y'all have to look at her makeup. This is awesome, Parker. How did you do this?
Well, okay, so the gyms, that's a big style right now, especially because of the TV show Euphoria on HBO.
And there's many colors, right?
Yeah, so there's like tons of colors. I got this actually off of Amazon. It was like $8. It was super inexpensive. And for the eyeshadow, I used this, okay, so it's the Morphe 35B palette. This one is actually, it's discontinued right now.
Oh no.
But the Morphe James Charles palette has a huge color range, and I think you can achieve the same look out of this.
Okay, cool. So what are some tips that you can give to our audience on how to do this amazing makeup?
Okay, so I used a liquid eyeshadow for the glitter on the eyes, because that way you don't get the glitter everywhere and all the fallout. And then to glue on the gems, I used eyelash glue, and that will stay for most of the day, especially since ACL, it'll be hot, people will be sweaty. And so, yeah.
And ACL, I was at ACL this past weekend, and it's not where you want to wear too much makeup because it's going to come off. It's hot outside, and it's going to be dripping all over your face. What are some tips that you give, or what can people use at home if they don't have all this?
Okay, so the main thing is you will want a setting powder because that will just make your makeup last all day. You actually don't have to wear a full face of foundation. You can just do the gyms. The gyms on their own are just like a total style.
Amazing.
So
it's like, she's like, I can see the brightness on this side.
yeah. And so, and the glitter eyeshadow, you don't have to wear foundation to achieve this look. And that'll be really helpful for ACL when it's hot and you don't want, you know, your face caked with makeup.
And how do you know what colors to use?
So
What inspired the pink on Andrea today?
okay, so we actually practiced beforehand, and I did try a few different colors. We did do like a brighter pink, and she was like, you know what about like a coral? So that's what we went for, and it turned out so beautiful on her, especially with the gold glitter.
That's awesome. So the gold glitter like just stays on. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna, like,
no, it's
go
not gonna,
inside your eye.
no, it won't flake off or anything.
Okay, and I see that the pink like comes like a little bit to the side. Can you show me a little bit with a brush like how to do that? Because if I try doing that, I feel like I'm gonna go all the way to this side. you
Yeah,
know?
well, especially, so for this look, I did want to like have it wing out a little bit because that's, because it is in like a dramatic look. For underneath, I like to do eyeshadow as well to just bring out the eyes. And then you like to connect it at the inner corner so that it all like blends together.
And how do you know? Excuse me. I know that you do. You also do makeup on the side. How can people book you? It's ACL. Are you pretty booked right now?
No, I actually have a lot of availability for, oh my gosh, no, I'm going home this weekend. So sorry about that.
No,
but
me
if
too.
you need makeup for formals or other events around campus, I'm available. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Makeup by Parker Fenton, all one word. And you can also email me. It's makeupbyparkerfenton@gmail.com.
Yes, and I already, she brought in her business cards. I already am going to stick it in my pocket because I need that makeup. And our Andrea is going to have to go out tonight. You look really beautiful.
Wear it to class throughout the day and then go out tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Parker. Thanks for being with us
Yes,
this
thank you
morning
for having
and giving
me.
us amazing tips. Make sure to tune in next morning for GMTX throughout the whole week, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Good Morning Texas. Don't forget,